Alright guys, so welcome back to the watch collection revisit video for the St. Martin SN0004 GV3 with this leather dial, right? So about the name, right? So there are a few versions on the AliExpress store, so I'm just gonna be calling this a leather dial version with this pencil hand style. You can also get it in again this leather dial style with a Mercedes style hands, or you can always get this on your usual black color, or even with 3, 6, and 9 indices, and lately a few other makers or watch retailers on AliExpress and or even on watch dice, right? So they have come out with a few other different version, which such as the blue with the Tudor style hands and dial, and even a Milsap dial, right, version. So which I think the Milsap dial, right, I really want to get my hands on one of those, but yeah, still time will tell, right? So time will tell, right? So anyway, so let's just quickly get the dimensions of this particular piece. So basically what we can see here on the bezel, so the diameter is about 39.2, but if you measure the case, so it will be around 37, or oh, sorry about that, I don't think it's supposed to be about 38, man, right? So 38.3, so basically a 38 millimeters case width, which wears like a 39 mil, right? So the thickness is about 13 millimeters if I remember correctly. So let's just remeasure that together with the dome. Box dome sapphire crystal is about 13 millimeters, and a lug to lug of 46 millimeters if I am correct, right? So I think I'm correct, right? So 45.8 there, so let's call it a 46, right? So anyway, it is such a nice small wearing, a very compact watch to wear, and it's very lightweight as well, right? So combined with the bracelet which is on this particular watch that I'm wearing today, this is the SN0004 BB58 limited edition by watchdice.com, right? So this one basically shares the exact same case, but it is using a it is homaging it to the Black Bay 58, right? So you can see that the handsets are different, the dial is different, and even the Lume the bezel, the ceramic bezel insert is different because it has this red triangle at the top there, right? So anyway, so for comparison, let's just, if I've only took out the bracelet of this one, is this watch's bracelet, so I put it on, and I put it on here. So basically they contain the exact same movement, which is the Seiko Anish Horis. I think they are using the YN55, right? So weighing at about 135 grams, so making it one of the most comfortable watches to wear, right? So let's just quickly check the sapphire insert, sapphire crystal, right? So basically it is of course using a sapphire crystal, and it has quite a strong blue hue there. That means it has an anti-reflective coating, which is a must because of this single dome sapphire crystal, right? So anyway, let's just quickly talk about the bezel, right? So we have this black ceramic bezel insert with this faux patina printing engraved on the bracelet, on the bezel, right? So we have triangle there, so that Lume is also printed in faux patina colorway, and of course on the dial, right? So we have a faux patina printed hour indices here, and the St. Martin logo, and the automatic 200 meters photo resistance also are printed in the exact same color. But you can see here on the hands, right? So you can see that the hands, the Lume on the hands is a bit whiter or a bit brighter compared to the Lume on the indices, which is a typical, maybe they've gone for this they wanted to have some vintage feeling without sacrificing the legibility during the dark. So yeah, that might be a good choice, but some of you might not like it because the contrast is, you can definitely see here, right? So the case finishing is brush on the top, brush on the side, which is I really like it, right? So I just prefer brush finishing on my watch case, and we have that super duper annoying S logo on the crown. Well, it is for Saint Martin, but some people might mistake it for a dollar sign, which is quite annoying. Alright, so again, similar finishing here, brush finishing on the top, brush finish at the side and also at the top, but we have this beautifully done polish beveling here on the end of the lux, right? So cool watch. There's nothing to see here, right? So it's your typical sterile case back, but yeah, you know what, let's just put it on the wrist and see how it looks like, right? So of course I've put it on this linen style NATO strap from again from Saint Martin, right? So I think this green color somehow works on this particular leather dial. So please, if you think that it looks cool, so please do let me know in the comment section below, right? So let's just quickly put it here and see how it looks like. Of course, it is going to be sitting a bit tall because of the thickness that this NATO strap provided, but still it is a very comfortable watch to be worn all day long, right? So let's just put it on something else. Alright, so this is on a leather strap, so from Saint Martin themselves again. So super duper soft and supple strap. I just can't remember what to call this particular strap, but it is a genuine leather in my opinion. Of course they mentioned it so, but yeah, you still have to verify that, won't you? Saint Martin stamp logo at the buckle, so polish finishing here, and yeah, you can see that this one is using a quick release pins. And one more thing to be highlighted at the lug, right? So the distance from this lug to the end of the start of the strap is almost touching the bottom case there. So yeah, but still this one is quite a thin strap, so that's not going to be an issue. But some of you might want to use a thicker strap, so you really need to confirm that, right? So otherwise you will hurt the top of your strap, right? So let's just go to another strap. Right, so here it is on a what do you call this, tropic style leather rubber strap, FKM rubber strap, and yeah, I think it looks cool, right? So in my opinion, because this vintage look complements this vintage look of the watch, and yeah, I just love it to bits. But yeah, of course, like I mentioned just now, you have to be very careful on the case distance with the lug holes, or lug holes of the lugs. Right, so that will be an issue for some, but for me it is okay, just nice. So this one is, I think I've got it from AliExpress as well, and yeah, I think it somehow complements the look of this particular watch, right? So let's just give it a macro lens and see how does it look under the macro lens. Let's just put my macro lens on and see what do we have inside. So Saint Martin printing, which is very nicely done, and there is no smearing or incomplete printing whatsoever on the dial, in my opinion. So you can see that they are okay, not that bad. So you can see that the lume is quite thickly applied, that obviously helps during the night visibility. You can also see that the hands, they are not I think, wait a minute, is that a fluff on the top of the second hands, or is it a dent? Yeah, I think there is a bit of fluff or dent there. I'm not really sure. I have to open it up to make sure that, but from the distance you can't really see it, but yeah, still. Now when I see it, yeah, it kind of bugged me. So anyway, so the hands are finished very nicely done, there, and the finishing on the bezel, of course, is okay, not that bad. So there's you can see the engraving is fully filled in with ink, and on the side we have this, what do you call this, can we call this coinage, maybe a gear style? You know what, let's just call it coinage, right? So brush finishing on the side, and we have this polish beveling on the lugs as well. So overall, for anything less than 200 bucks, this is you can't really fault Saint Martin for producing such a high quality product, right? So let's just take off the macro lens and get back to your usual review, right? So I've already put it on my wrist, and you know what, let's just check out the competition. Of course, obviously the first competition that I'm going to be comparing is this this BB58 limited edition, for something that costs similar. So sometimes you can get this for under 200 bucks. I think I've got this somewhere around that ballpark. I just prefer this this dial layout and the handsets more compared to this one, but yeah, still it depends on your preference, right? So yeah, let's just bring in another competitor, which is from a micro brand, which is this Revolot Hex Mariner 39, right? R12, right? So you can see that both are using 39 millimeters. Sorry, this one is 39 millimeters, this one is 38 millimeters, but they both look like a 39 millimeters and wears like a 39 millimeters watches, right? So they also have the almost same exact thickness, but you can see from the side that this one looks a whole lot thinner, but this one has a much compact lug to lug at 44 millimeters, so that somehow makes it look a bit more, you know, shorter, a bit more smaller, right? So yeah, that is a competition, right? So let's just give it a quick lume check before we go, right? So let's just compare it to this little brother. Not really brother, of course it is a little brother, because this one comes out earlier compared to the BB58 limited edition, right? So let's just search for my UV light and see which one performs much better in the dark, right? So of course the printer, you can't really compare the printer indices versus the applied indices version, so that's why I'm gonna be giving this SN0004 V3 a bit of an extra charge there. So you guys ready? 3, 2, 1, and boom, you can see they all are using a gloss green in the dark, right? So the room now is not that dark, but still you can still see the lume, right? So if you compare both of these 004 V3, the leather dial, versus the 004 BB58 LE, so they both perform well, but this one definitely you know, much better because of this of the applied indices, and so, and when you compare it to the Revolot, right? So the Revolot again kills it, right? So with that applied indices, lume applied indices, and also those ceramic bezel insert, but still, if you guys like a vintage or looking vintage style watch, then the SN0004 V3 leather edition is not going to disappoint, right? So, but I forgot to mention that, you know what, for me, a conclusion for me is that the SN0004 is a good watch, right? So, and the only competition that I can think now is a whole lot of variety in this SN004 variation itself, right? So they have tons of it: black dial, blue dial, green dial, what do you call it, that Milsap dial. So tons of option for you to choose for. Do shop around, and of course I will leave a few links if you guys are interested to get one of those. But still, I think this is one of the best, maybe not the best, but still one of the best St. Martin product yet. And having said that, I totally forgot to check the bezel action, because some of you might ask me, right? So the bezel action is nice. Mine is not really that centered to the, the loop pip does not really at the center to the minute track, but yeah, kind of gonna be forgiving it for under 200 bucks. Even my Seikos never really aligned, so yeah, that's why I'm not really mad about it. And of course, hand winding, the movement, the crown is a bit too short in my opinion, but still nice size at about 6.5 mil in diameter, I think. So screwing it back in is okay, not that bad, right? So there you have it, guys. This is my it's 1.5 years review after owning this St. Martin SN004 V3 leather dial. So if I am to keep between these two, right, so which one should I go for, or should I keep? I'm definitely going to be keeping this one, because I just love the BB58 the first edition so much, but I just don't have enough money to get that particular watch. For the time being, this one scratched the itch, right? So, but if you like something that is a bit unique and a bit, vintage looking, you just can't go wrong with this SN004 V3 leather dial, right? So there you have it, guys, my full review of this particular watch. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Stay safe and bye bye.